Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be seafoaming my Infiniti FX35. This will work for any G35, Nissan 350Z, or any vehicle really. It's just you got to find the right lines to hook it into. A lot of people will say just to do it through the brake booster line, which is here. But fun fact, this line runs in there and it runs up and it runs out through there. So, and then that line comes all the way over to here, and that's what goes into your intake manifold, and that's where the seafoam goes through. So we are just gonna pop this one off because it's a lot easier to take this hose and bend it down and just stick it into the bottle rather than trying to, you know, deal with trying to get it through the brake booster line over here, because you don't want to put it into this line, you want to put it into the metal line right there, if you can see that. So it's a super simple process. So let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and take this clamp off right here and pull it back. You don't want to take this one off. I mean, I guess you could, but then you would need a hose to stick into here and make it complicated. So take this one off and then we'll be ready to go. All right guys, we got our hose off, got our seafoam. I already took the little safety cap out, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now with this guys, before we get started, it is at your own risk that you do this. Like, I'm not responsible for any damages that may occur to your vehicle because I know what I'm doing, and it's very simple to do this. Just don't overuse it, and you know, we're only going to use about half the bottle, which is still a little bit more than what they say to use, but just proceed with caution because I don't want you to mess up your vehicle, but this will definitely help your vehicle run better if you do it right. So they say if you're gonna clean the top end of your engine with seafoam to get the spray kind, and then you just spray it in through here, well, it's kind of hard to do it because it's got to go into the intake. You got to go past the mass sensor, so there's really nowhere to put the spray kind because there's no hole, you know, so it's kind of complicated to do it that way. So I just rather do it this way. We're just gonna dip the hose into the bottle. So what you want to do is start your car. You'll need another person to help you because one person will need to start their car. They'll need to rev it up as you put in the Lucas. You only want to rev it to about 3,000 RPM, just enough to keep the car running long enough for you to get the fluid in. Let's go ahead and get started. To start the car with the vacuum hose off, if you just put your hand over this, it'll stop the suction and it'll help the car start better. Go ahead, start the car. All right, so now it's sucking down on my thumb right now. I'm just gonna get the bottle into position to where I can stick the hose in there. Try not to spill it. So then we're just gonna stick the hose in there. Rev it, start it, hurry up. Give it gas. When you do this, you want to pour a little bit in, take it out, pour a little bit in, take it out. Give the car a chance to breathe. Start. Kind of a delicate process, but it's easy to do. Just try not to let the car die. That's why it takes two people, guys. I gotta get that bottle, guys, so I'm gonna get going. All right guys, now we're just gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes. Like you see all this smoke. This smoke is normal. It means it's doing it. It means it's doing its job. Baby, get out of the car because smoke's just coming in there. So it's definitely doing its job, and that's what we want it to do. So that's a good sign. It means it's cleaning it. So we're gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes now, and then after that we're gonna give it a start, let it run for a little minute. I imagine the idle might be a little off at first, don't worry about that. And then after that we're gonna take it for a drive after the smoke kind of settles down. Sometimes they smoke a lot. If they smoke a lot, it means your car's really dirty, so don't worry about that. It's actually kind of cool seeing the car smoke as much as it does. Sometimes, like the first time we did it, it is like you couldn't see anything at all. So I do this about every 6 months or so. It helps to keep my it helps to keep my cars running good, and that's what I like to do. I like to keep them running the best they can, especially like 200,000 miles on this engine, and those are hard miles, you know, that's beating on it all the time. So if you're gonna drive fast, you're gonna have fun with your cars, and you need to maintain them, and this will definitely help. So while we wait on that car, I'm not gonna show you the whole process, but I think with what's left, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the Tahoe. So for those that don't know, this is my 2004 Chevy Tahoe. It's basic, you know, got cold air intake, it's tuned, really nice truck, really nice, runs great. I have a glass pack on it, sounds good. And that's really about it, you know, cold air intake, high performance plugs, cold air, or not a cold air, I got an oil catch can on it. So with this one, it's a little bit different. So since we have an oil catch can, all we're gonna do, because this is typically the line you would use, this line goes straight up into the intake, and you would typically just pull the hose off of this and then just put the Seafoam into that line. But since this is an oil catch can, the line runs into here and then it comes down to here. So we're just going to use this line, pull this line off the oil catch can, and it'll just suck up the air straight into the intake, and that's how we do that. So I'm not going to show you guys because this video is mainly on the Infiniti FX35. I will leave a link right now. I made a video seafoaming this Tahoe about a year ago, back when I first started YouTube, so you can check out that video if you would like to see it in depth. I don't believe I had an oil catch can then. I may have, I don't know, but you can check that out, and if you need help doing it yourself. But super easy to do, guys. So good luck. Hope it helps you. Hope it helps your vehicle run better, last longer. And if you get any value out of this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Definitely trying to grow my channel. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get back to that car. All right, guys, now our next step is just get the hose back on. Super simple. Just go ahead, and so now we're gonna go ahead and start the car. All right, now we're just gonna let it run for a little while, and probably start revving it up here in just a minute. Like, see all this smoke? Let me shut this smoke so it doesn't go inside the car. See all this smoke? This is definitely a good sign that it's doing its job.
It's funny, it looks like it's coming from the car, out from the car.
Guys, a closer look. It's all coming out. So now we're gonna start revving the car up a little bit. You guys don't want to over rev it, you know, about 2,000, 3,000 RPM. Definitely not environmental friendly.
Babe. Alright, this is when you wear a mask. Harmful as long as you do it right. I put over half a can in it, the car's still running fine. So now if you have turbos on your car, I don't know if you should do it or not. You know, check with the mechanic. But basically you just want to keep the car, let the car run until it quits smoking, and then go take it for a test drive. I see some people go and take it for a test drive while it's smoking, but that just puts other people in danger because they can't see. So I'm not going to do that. Unless you live out in the country, I wouldn't do it. Alright guys, one thing that I forgot to mention is make sure your car is warm whenever you do this, because you want to make sure it's all warmed up, you know, and then after that you heat soak it. So basically you just put all the stuff in your engine and let it soak while it's hot, and then you start it up and let it all burn itself out. And it should clean our intake manifold, it should clean our pistons, valves, all that fun stuff. I don't know everything about it, I just know that it works really well, and I definitely recommend it. I'm not sponsored by Seafoam, you know. Seafoam, if you're listening, you know, hook me up. But other than that, I mean, it's still smoking, so we're just gonna let it run for a little while. I'm not gonna rev it anymore. I'm just gonna let it idle. And yeah, look at all that smoke, guys. Looks like people are vaping over here. It's crazy. Now, if you have neighbors that, you know, see you, they might think your car's on fire or something. Fire department might show up. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it could happen. So definitely keep that in mind. You know, it will smoke a lot. The Tahoe doesn't seem to smoke too much, but you know, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be back with you as soon as the car gets done smoking, and then we'll go take it for a quick test drive. Now, during your test drive, you want to drive a little bit aggressively, you know, put some abuse on the car, and you know, it should help clean it all out, blow all that stuff out of your car, and just help it run better. So all the way back here you can see it. Hopefully no cops drive by and see it, but it's not illegal to do it. It's, you know, you're supposed to do it, or you're not supposed to do it, but you're supposed to do it. Like, you can do it, there's nothing wrong with it. It just helps keep your car running really good. I mean, you can hear the car from over here. Hopefully, I don't know if you can, but it sounds really good, sounds solid. The engine sounds happy. Even though it's smoking, it sounds happy. So look at that squirrel over by my Tahoe. Hey, little guy. He's so cute. We got a lot of squirrels around here. I think one of them threw a walnut at me once. I think he's thinking about getting in my truck. I wish he would. And then I'd take him home and name him Fred and love him forever. The Infiniti's still smoking a little bit. Another thing to keep in mind is you will most likely get a check engine light during this. Now, if you can clear the code afterwards, great, you know, but if not, the code should clear itself after, you know, a while of driving, but it's always better, like the car will just run better if you can clear it yourself. We're just gonna let that car run for a little bit longer. It looks like it's about to quit smoking. We'll go ahead and start the Tahoe up and see how much it smokes, and let it do its thing as well. Now, I waited 30 minutes on the Tahoe as well, 30 minutes on the Infiniti, so should be good to go. Started super quick. That's good. Last time I did it, it didn't really smoke much, so this time it is, so that's a good sign that it's cleaning it out and doing its job. I'm gonna go ahead and move the truck a little closer to my house. That way all the smoke just doesn't go into my neighbor's yard. Like I said, guys, you don't want to rev it too high, you know, just, I mean, you can give it a couple hard revs if you want, you know, but just make sure your vehicle is warm, you know, operating temperature for sure. The Tahoe is actually not smoking too much like I thought, so that's a good sign too that it was already clean. It just smoked a little bit, see, not bad. Walk over here to where the blast pack's at and take a quick look. See, it's not really smoking, so Tahoe is pretty much clean.
which is a good sign. I always like to know my vehicle, you know, is running optimal, but a lot of that probably has to do with an oil catch can, guys. If you guys haven't seen my video on the oil catch can, go watch that as well. Oil catch cans definitely help to keep your vehicle clean, which is what I was kind of expecting this one to be. I knew it wouldn't smoke a lot, but it did smoke a little bit, so it just got it even cleaner, guys. So that means it's easier for the oil catch can to do its job, which is awesome. So looks like the Infiniti finally quit smoking too. Sounds really good, sounds happy. It's still smoking though. Hopefully my neighbors aren't getting mad at me. Trying to take care of my cars. She's still smoking though. Not as bad, not as bad. So I will be back with you guys as soon as it decides to quit smoking. Car finally quit smoking, so we're gonna go ahead and take it for a quick drive. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the lights before we take it on the drive. And then, yeah, that's it, guys. Car's running great, no smoke at all, sounds good. Show you guys real fast. We're here at Neighborhood Market. All right, roll down the window. I'm scared the car will lock itself. Hopefully my fiance doesn't call, but sounds good. Sounds like it's old. You got some lifters tapping. It's been like that for a while. Lifters tapping. Definitely gonna have to plan a rebuild one day. But when I build it, I'm gonna build it and make it stronger. But yeah. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out. Super simple. It's not my typical video. I'm not adding a bunch of music to this or anything. I'm just gonna edit it and then put it up, and that way you guys can entertain it, or it can entertain you. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it helps you out. Comment down below if you have any questions. I always look forward to the comments. I do respond to every one of them. Maybe not immediately, but within the next couple days I will definitely get back to you. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys later.